Hi everybody, Russ Nice done a nice bit of test bars there. It's been like the old-fashioned test car. If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe! A bloody good subscribe! And make some nice positive comments at the bottom. Be lovely, thanks very much. Another pre-record, I do apologise, but I'm in the office, it's a Tuesday, and Anton's swanning around London like you do, so it is what it is. But I thought I'd bring you something a little bit more informative. A little bit more informative, a little bit of an amuse-bouche for our European campaign next year. Obviously, with a 2-2 draw on Sunday against Manchester City. How nice does that sound? West Ham ensured we're going to compete in Europe for the consecutive season. The first time ever in the club's history that West Ham had done that, and qualified for Europe in their league position in back-to-back seasons, as David Moyes continues to set new records in East London, finishing 7th in the top 7 in consecutive seasons, again for the first time ever in our history in the top division. Victory against Brighton on the final day could still be enough to climb to 6th and to secure a group stage spot in next season's Europa League, with Man United needing to lose or draw in order for that to be possible. More than possible, I think. But as things stand, West Ham will be playing in the Europa League Conference in the 22-23 season. And given our exploits in the Europa League this term, it wouldn't be surprised to be named as one of the earlier favourites, which we should be. If it is the Europa Conference that will be competing, it is what it is. I mean, I think the great thing about Europe is, for me, Europe's Europe, and we've seen exactly with our Europa League exploits this season just how exciting it can be. You know, whether it's away and seeing some of the great pictures and videos of people drinking in bars in Frankfurt and Seville, or even back at London Stadium with Tony on the decks and giving it all that, and the fireworks and the light shows. It's a spectacle. And regardless of whether we're in Europa League or in Europa Conference, it's going to be Thursdays. So get used to Thursdays again. But we all know a bit more about the actual Europa League, but the conference I don't think we know much about. So what I thought today is just give a little bit of a yin and yang, so to speak, in terms of the conference and the Europa League. A bit more information about next season, a bit more information about the conference as well, because, as I said, it's a sort of an unknown quantity for us. It's only its second year in existence, really, and was set up primarily for the smaller nations, in all honesty. So they had more presence. You know, the Champions League, Europa League tends to be dominated by sort of the big 6 countries, really, in terms of England, France, Germany, Spain, and Holland as well, and the Netherlands as well. In terms of the key dates for the diaries, where we're going to go. So if we get through to the Europa League, the final is in Budapest, the Puskás Arena, on the 31st of May 2023, 2 days after Flo's birthday. Happy birthday, Flo. We're going to Budapest. That is the national stadium of the Hungarian national side. If it's the Europa Conference, we'll be going to Prague, Sonobo Stadium, on the 7th of June 2023, which is Slavia Prague's stadium. So that'll be nice, wouldn't it? Tommy Souček and Soufal going back to the old stomping ground. So we could be going to Prague in June rather, instead. In terms of the teams, now, as I said, there are a lot of teams in the conference. There's 58 teams in the Europa League, but there's 181 teams in the conference. There's 3 qualifying rounds before we get to a playoff round, and there's 6 group fixtures. There's a knockout playoff round. There's and then there's a round of 16 quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals. So there's a lot of rounds to get to if you go in at the first qualifying stage. If we did progress in the conference, we'll be going in at the playoff round. So we would not be in the first round, second round, or third round qualifiers. We go straight into the playoffs. We win a double-headed playoff, and we go into the group stages. That's drawn, I believe, the 1st of August, and the games are played on the 18th and 25th of August. So get those Thursdays booked off work now, nice and early, before anyone acts, because obviously it's August, still holiday season. Kids are off, innit? So book your holiday early. If we qualify for the Europa League, we'll go straight into the group stages like we did this year as well. And I believe the draws for them are, he says when he gets to his notes, the draws for the group stages will be on the 26th of August 2022. And the games will be the 8th and the 15th of September, the 6th and the 13th of October, the 27th of October, and the 3rd of November, for anyone who's interested. So, as I said, in terms of some of the teams that are already qualified for the Europa League, in terms of the group stages, we've got Real Betis, Real Sociedad, Union Berlin, FC Freiburg, and Nantes. And in terms of some of the teams that are in the playoff to get into the group stages, so far qualified are Feyenoord, Ghent, Hearts, and Dnipro 1. In terms of the conference, a little bit more complicated. We've got in terms of teams that have already qualified for the playoff. FC Cologne are there. They're the only ones who are confirmed qualifiers at this stage. Obviously, we don't necessarily know who we would meet in a playoff, but there's basically one club from each of England, Spain, Italy, France, and Germany. And obviously, Germany is the only team which is actually they know they finished 7th, so they've qualified. The most likely would be someone like it'll be us, Villarreal. I'm doing some great pronunciations, aren't I? Fiorentina, Nice. They're probably the most likely, and then there'll also be 7 Europa League 3rd round qualifier losers who enter that stage as well. Are you sorted? Do you know what's going down? Do you have a clue what's going on? I don't. But there's a lot of teams basically. And as I said, you've got the teams like in terms of people who qualify for the 3rd rounds, this is the round before we get into it. In terms of the playoff rounds, Braga, who obviously did well this season, got to the quarterfinals. Yes, quarterfinals, losing to Rangers, didn't they, in the quarterfinals? 20, who finished 4th in the Dutch league. Anderlecht, with Josh Cullen as captain, 3rd in the Belgian league this year. Dundee were 4th, Dundee United in the SPL. Sora Luhansk, who finished 4th in the abandoned Ukrainian league this season. And Lugano, who won the Swiss Cup this season, as I'm sure you all know. And then people who have qualified already for the 2nd round qualifiers of the Europa League, Europa Conference League, are the likes of Motherwell. You've got Gil Vicente, Antwerp. You've got Basel, Young Boys, PAOK. You've got Panathinaikos. You've got Maccabi Tel Aviv, AIK from Sweden. You've got both Sofias. You've got Levski and CSKA. CSKA finished 2nd in their league this season. In the Hungarian league. No, it's Hungary, Sofia. My geography is absolutely Bulgaria, so my apologies. And Levski, Sofia, they won the respective cup. Also in that is St Patrick's Athletic. Now, St Patrick's Athletic, I believe, is where Joseph Anang is on loan. There we go. Nice little fusion. And then in the 1st round qualifier, whoa, hold your horses. Here we go. Some great names. Dynamo Minsk, we've got Sligo Rangers, who finished 3rd in the Irish League this year. Derry City. You've got Larne, who won the Premier League, I think, in Northern Ireland. What we got? You got Cliftonville. They finished 2nd. Crusaders. They won the cup in Northern Ireland. Dynamo Tbilisi. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Dynamo Tbilisi. We've got who is Greasy United. It's almost like Geezer United. No, it's Greasy United, who finished 4th in the Maltese Premier League. We all love Maltese teams, don't we? Was that Berkshire? Are they Maltese? I believe they are. We've got Europa, a team called Europa. We've got Bala Town, who finished 2nd in the Welsh League. Newtown, they finished 3rd in the Welsh League. We've got Flora, who not only do spreads, but they finished 2nd in the Estonian League, I think, looking at the flags, I believe. The best one in my is a team from Gibraltar who finished 4th in the Gibraltar's League, National League, called FC Bruno's Magpies. FC Bruno's Magpies. I think regardless of what competition we're in, we're going to have a great time. We love Europe, and I think we understand the sort of the strains it has on squads. I mean, we've had this squad, and I think we've only played like 19 players or something, it's like mentioned, the whole season in the Premier League, which is crazy. It might be less than that, I don't know, but I think it was a great learning curve last year. I think this year we can push on. I really believe, some people turn their nose up to the conference. I don't think you should at all. I think it's actually not the easiest, but it's the simplest way to get into Europe for the following year. Next year, the Premier League is going to be even tougher, with the likes of Newcastle spending money, Villa spending money. I can see Everton spending a bit. I think Wolves will be spending a bit. Southampton will be spending a bit. They've had a poor season. And I think it's going to be tough to get that. No disrespect to West Ham, but the best of the rest. I mean, you got the greedy 6, and then we finished 7th. I'll take that. In terms of how much money has been spent, I might do something later in the week. I did some analysis in terms of squad size, in terms of not squad size, squad value, and how their seasons have panned out. In terms of which teams have got the highest squads and which teams are performed well in the Premier League, and the differences. There are some remarkable differences. Clearly, West Ham have overachieved in terms of our squad value, for it, so to speak. But let me know what you think. Where do you want to go? In the European journey 2022-23? Do you want to go to Razom Bereko? Do you want to go to Floriana? Do you want to go to Lappy? Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Moldova, Macedonia, Liechtenstein? I fancy some of these. I really think it'd be quite fun going to these smaller towns, smaller cities, and just taking them over for 2 days. We took over, the likes of Sevilla when we went. Seville, rather. We took over these towns, these cities, and I think a smaller one with 3,000, 4,000 West Ham fans, if they turn up at Panevėžys, which are the Lithuanian side, who finished 4th in the Lithuanian League. I'm sure you're more well aware of the Lithuanian League. I think it'd be brilliant. It'd be stories you tell your kids forever. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll be back with Hammer's headlines later on at 5 o'clock for a few transfer stories, a little bit of interesting club news, that type of thing. And if you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any content. We've got Trevor Morley tomorrow night, 9 p.m. on a Wednesday. Check it out, get your questions ready. Morley's a great laugh, and we'll have a giggle. He's a top man, and he's an open book. He always tells me it's an open book, so get your questions in. And as I said, if you really want to support the channel even more, then just obviously appreciate anything in terms of subscribers, likes, that type of thing. Become a channel member and get into our channel draws. We'll be rerunning the April draw because they haven't claimed the prize, and I want someone to have it. It's a signed West Ham shirt from the squad of this year, so it's been a hell of a year. So we'll probably rerun that. So you've got a couple of days to enter. By becoming a member, you automatically enter. And we like to thank all our channel members at the end of each of our shows. So take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Stay lucky. Stay cheeky. Stay positive. And I'll see you guys later on for Hammer's Headlines. Ciao for now, my friends. Bye-bye.
Once you let it change. It's like a family tree, part of you and